I just told Andrew that Kiss of the Basilisk was originally called Spit or Swallow.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you and I'm so glad you clicked on. Today we are starting another What I Read in a Week, but I want to keep track of how many pages I'm reading each day. Heat of the Everflame. So this is my current read. I started this morning on page 162. I am currently still reading it, so I'm on page around 300 I think. I was reading and then I jumped in the shower and now I'm back out ready to start reading again. I am going to make a coffee here soon, but we've read almost 150 pages today so far. Definitely going to be reading a lot more. I have a couple of hours I can read today or tonight, so I'm hoping to get like at least 200 more pages in, so maybe to page 500-ish, hopefully by tonight, so that we can maybe potentially have a chance of finishing it tomorrow. We will see. We don't know, but if you want to know, I am enjoying this. This is the third book in a series, so I'm not talking about it much in general just because I don't want to spoil anything, but I am really enjoying this one. I'm enjoying it more than the second one so far, so I'm excited to complete this one and then start something new. But yeah, this is the current read. And then I want to go through kind of this week's TBR. I decided to set a weekly TBR. I want to kind of do this throughout all of April. I want to do weekly TBR so that I am making reading a priority and knowing which ones I want to get to. April is full of new releases. We have The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings, Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, Fearless by Lauren Roberts, Wild and Wrangled by Lila Sage, and just so many other ones sprinkled throughout. The Sirens by Amelia Hart. And I am just so excited because these are all some of my like favorite authors that I know I'm gonna enjoy reading their books. So with that being said, I feel like I need to be setting TBRs for each week just because if I don't, I'm gonna go probably crazy or not know what to pick up because there are so many books coming out. So this week, of course, one of the books on the TBR was Heat of the Everflame. I wanted to get to this one really soon just because I had recently just read the second one and I want it to still be fresh in my mind, so picked that one up. But as for the rest of the TBR, I have 4 books here. I'm hoping to finish at least 3 out of 5 of these books. We're definitely finishing Heat of the Everflame, but hopefully we can add another 2. One of them is The Hunger Games. I really would like to pick this up. It is on my April TBR and I have been really excited to get into this series. I haven't read it. I've watched the movies, but I would love to see it in like a different form. So I'm gonna read this and then I'm gonna rewatch the movies, but this will be the first time reading The Hunger Games and I'm hoping that I can get to it this week. I'm sure it'll be a really fast read considering it's The Hunger Games. It's a short little book, so we'll see when I pick this up. Hopefully I do. The next book is Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. This is a romance that I'm really excited for. I love Cara Bastone. I've read one other book by her, Ready or Not, and I absolutely loved that story, so I'm really excited to get into this one. I've heard nothing but good things about it. And then, just to switch it up, we have a thriller mystery, Count My Lies. This was my book of the month pick for March, so I would like to get to it this month. I'm really excited. I haven't heard anything from about this at all. I don't like going into thrillers having preconceived notions. I like going in them blind. So I'm excited to get into this one and see what it's all about. And then last but not least, I have Our Infinite Threads, which is a book that I really want to get to. I'm very excited about this book. So those are all of the books on the list. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm rambling so much. I'm gonna go ahead, make a coffee, and then sit back down and continue reading Heat of the Everflame and seeing how much more I can read. Again, I'm gonna track my page number count, so hopefully I don't forget. But right now, we started page 162. We are on page 300, so. Hello friends, good morning. It is 10 o'clock and I've been doing a ton of reading this morning. It's so difficult because I'm reading it on my Kindle because this book is so large. So I've been trying to like see where I'm at in the physical book, but it's so different than the page numbers in here. So I'm just gonna go off of what my Kindle page numbers are because I simply don't understand why the Kindle has 1,000 pages and this one has like 800 something. So I'm going with my Kindle. I yesterday ended on page 478 and I'm now on page 563. So I've read about 80-ish pages today, but yesterday I read 316 pages from 162 to 478. Again, we're going fully off the Kindle page number count because that's what I'm reading it from. We are over halfway done with this book and I am really enjoying it. I don't think it's going to be a 5-star by any means, but I do think it'll be a solid 4. And I think that the ending is probably going to be crazy. And I am aware that the series is not completed yet. So I'm nervous. I'm scared. There's something happening right now that I am worried about, but I also have a very strong feeling that it's going to be fine. So that's where I'm at with this. I'm actually going to be headed over to my mom's house because my sister is there right now and I need some sister quality time. I need to be outside. So with that being said, I'm gonna get ready to go. I'm putting sunscreen on while I'm here so that I can just have it absorb to the skin. But again, it's 10 o'clock, so I'm gonna leave here in about 20 minutes. So I'm gonna keep reading for a bit. I just have to pack a bag. So I'm gonna do that really quick and then sit back down and read. And I'm gonna be reading while I'm tanning. But that'll be nice. I'm excited to be outside. Back home. I am showered, I am clean, I had a lovely time tanning, but nonetheless, it was still lovely and it was nice being in the sun. It definitely helped lift my spirits, but I'm about to go on to the meeting. I have about 30 minutes until it starts, so I'm trying to get every little bit of reading done. I'm on page 828 right now on my Kindle, and on the Kindle it says that there's 1,026, so I don't know how it's gonna go with finishing it today, but I'm really gonna try. I think after my meeting, and it's probably gonna be a 5 or 6 hour meeting, but I think I'm going to stay up and just finish this. Hopefully by the time I'm done, we'll have read like 500 pages today. I think. I don't know if I'm doing that math correctly at all, but we've got 200 pages to go and I'm determined to get them done. Hi friends, I am home from work. Yesterday I had started on page 478 of this story and finished on page 1026. Again, I am going off the Kindle pages because that's where I read it on. So I read a total of 548 pages yesterday, which was great. Had the absolute time of my life. I'm so glad that I finished this story. It was so good. 4.5. Again, it is the 3rd book in a series, so I'm not talking too much about it, and she's done, and that feels really good to say. Now I have started Promise Me Sunshine. I started this morning in my car while I was waiting to go inside to work. I'm now on page, I had a doggy ear it, sorry guys. I'm now on page 113 and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna read for a while because I don't know what else to do with myself. So I'm gonna read until Andrew gets home and then we're gonna make dinner and maybe we'll hang out a little bit tonight, but I would like to read at least an hour before bed. So that is the plan. And I'm really enjoying this story. I love the way Cara Stone writes. Her characters are all like written so well, and there's so much sympathy with them, but also like sometimes they react in ways that you don't want them to, but it's like understandable. Like they all have their reasons, and truly this is definitely a book that I think that grief is very, very prominent in the story. So if that's a touchy subject for you, maybe don't pick this one up, or pick it up at a later time. Or if you want to read something that has grief in it, this would be a really good book to pick up. She loses her best friend. This is not a spoiler. She loses her best friend to cancer, and she's basically trying to live again. And I think that Cara Bussler is doing a really, really good job of portraying how she's actually dealing with the grief and how hard it is to move on from something like that, because you can't really move on. So you're getting to learn more about Miles in the story as well, and our female main character, Lenny. She's a nanny, so there's a kid in the story, and she's so cute. She's a 7-year-old. I'm really enjoying it, and Miles has a lot of depth to him too. Overall, I'm having such a great time. I'm really, really excited to continue with the story. Just wanted to give you guys an update. I will let you all know how many pages I end up reading today. Again, I'm on page 113, so we are doing really well with the reading this week, which I am very happy about, but we're going again from Tuesday to Tuesday, so we'll see how many pages I read in total. I am in the same exact spot that I updated you guys in, but with a finished book. I finished Promise Me Sunshine literally a couple minutes ago. A total of 368 pages, being this entire book from start to finish today. Wasn't expecting that to happen, but I literally couldn't put this book down, and I'm so glad I picked it up. It did make me cry. It did have some quotes where I was like, oh my god, wow. And I really enjoyed seeing the character, well, both of the characters kind of work through their grief together and learn from each other, and also the relationship that blossomed from that was so good. Absolutely loved this story. It was beautiful. I think I'm gonna go with a 4.5 star rating. Unless I keep thinking about it, then we can bump it up to a 5, but I want to sit on it. I think a 4.5 is probably where I'm gonna land at. It was really, really good, and I would definitely recommend picking this up. Again, it is heavy on the grief topic. I absolutely love this and would recommend it very highly. But now I'm gonna go to bed, but I wanted to share with you guys the book that I'm gonna be starting tomorrow, because I know I'm not gonna update you guys until after 4:30 tomorrow. So I will be starting Our Infinite Fates at work tomorrow, and I am so excited. I've seen this book compared to The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which is such a beautiful story, and I'm really, really excited to get into this. An epic love story that defies death as two souls reincarnate through the centuries, which sounds stunning to me, and sounds like I'm gonna eat this up. I've had 2 4.5 star ratings this month so far, and we're only on day 3 of April, so April may be my best reading month of the year, considering the books that I have laid out for me this month, and I'm very, very excited about it. So we're gonna start this one tomorrow, and I'll chit chat with you guys once I get home, and I'll give you guys my update on where I'm at, what page I'm on, and how much we've read. I'm back in the same exact spot, same exact hoodie. You would think I'd never moved. I look a mess. I also need my hair to be out of this bun, but that's a problem for later. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a reading update and a page count check-in, I guess. So I started Our Infinite Fates this morning before work, and I'm officially on page 173. I read about 140 while I was at work, and I just sat down now to start reading up again. I'm planning on finishing this book tonight. I I'm really enjoying it. I won't say I don't think it's going to be a 5-star. However, I am seeing the similarities with this story and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I think that if you enjoyed that story, you're gonna enjoy this one. It's very beautifully written. It's kind of poetic. It's lyrical, if, like, in a way, with its descriptions, and it's also the love story in itself is really, really interesting, and the characters are interesting. So I don't really want to say what this book is about, but I will if you want to know. So if you don't want to know what this book is about, you want to go in completely blind, go ahead and skip this part. But the synopsis is, Evelyn can remember all of her past lives. She can also remember that in every single one of them she's been murdered before her 18th birthday by Arden, a supernatural being linked to her soul. The problem is that she's quite fond of the life she's in now, and her little sister needs her in order to stay alive. If Evelyn wants to save her sister, she'll have to find the centuries-old devil who hunts her through each life before they find her first. Figure out why she's being hunted, finally break the curse, and try not to fall in love again. So essentially, she and this supernatural being have continuously lived lives over centuries. They've lived lives, but she cannot turn 18. He always kills her before she turns 18. And it's really interesting, that concept, and we don't know exactly why, but we're getting little snippets of like a curse or like a bargain or something that had happened that she can't remember, but he knows. So I'm really interested to finish this book and see what's going on. I think I'm definitely over halfway now. There's 338 pages or 39 pages, so that's how many pages I'm going to try and read today. 339. It is 6:41, so I think if I sit here and read for the next 2 hours, I could definitely finish this. Maybe 2.5, but that is the plan. That's what I'm going to do right now. Hello friends, I'm home from work. It is the next day. We did some reading. We have done a lot of reading today. I also finished Our Infinite Fates last night. I don't know if I said anything about it, but this was so good. It was a 4-star rating for me. I enjoyed it. It was beautifully written, poetic, lyrical descriptions. It was stunning. I loved the author's writing, and I also really enjoyed the story. It definitely gives the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue vibes, but it is different. So if you didn't like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, I think you should still give this a try. First of all, it is a lot shorter and it is a lot faster paced, easier to get into. It's very captivating from the start. I do remember Addie LaRue being a bit slow to get into. I think it took me 2 or 3 times to actually fully start that book and finish it all the way through. So with that being said, this one is a lot shorter, a lot faster to get into. I think it was more captivating at the start. And it is different from The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It just has that similar vibe where it's like mysterious and magical in like an interesting way. I don't know. It's like darker but not dark. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I don't know how like truly to explain that, but I really, really enjoyed this. The ending was really, really good. I will say it was a little bit quick, the ending. I think I was on page like 330 and I was like, what's gonna happen? Because we had literally like 9 pages left. So it was a little bit, I feel like, finished really fast. Not rushed, I wouldn't say, but like wrapped up really quickly, which was like fine. But I think that that's why it's maybe a 4 stars. However, it was really fun. I would highly recommend. And I read a total of 339 pages yesterday. So we're doing really well in the reading department this week. I have been so overwhelmed and so stressed, and I've really been taking to reading this week, and I think it's really been helping. So with that being said, I finished this one last night. We've officially finished 3 books, and I started this morning at work Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I am now on page 175, and I am planning on finishing it here tonight. I'm home alone. I was supposed to go to Andrew's parents' house tonight for dinner, and I had to take an exam. So I came home from work and I took an exam. It is now 6:30, so I'm about to pick this book back up and do a chunk of a reading. I would like to finish this book tonight. I am really, really enjoying this. I think that this story is beautiful. It has so much depth. That's one thing about Abby Jimenez that I love, is that she creates such a beautiful romance story with so much depth. I think I've said this before, but I compare her and Emily Henry's books because yes, they're labeled as romances, but I feel like they just have so much more in them. There's self-discovery, self-exploration, career exploration, family depth, and just there's a lot that goes on in their stories, and this is not an exception. It is a really good story. I love Xavier. He is a veterinarian. He loves animals. He's taking care of all these animals. He has his own practice. He's always volunteering. It's a very big part of his life, which I am obsessed with. And then I also love our female main character, Samantha. She has a lot that she's going through right now, and I really hope we get more about Xavier's past because I want to go more in depth with him as well. There's some things that are happening with Samantha and her family that is prominent in this story, and it's really, really, really good. I really like the way that it's being written. I like how realistic it is and how Abby Jimenez is writing it. So I'm really enjoying this. I'm definitely going to try and finish it tonight. Again, Andrew's gone, so I have pretty much all night to read. There's only 350 something pages in this one, I think. Yeah, 353 pages in this story. So I'm gonna go ahead, keep reading this one, hopefully finish it, and then we'll have read 353 pages. We're back. It's like almost 9 p.m. and I have officially finished Say You'll Remember Me. I want to give this book a 5 stars, but I also want to sit on my feelings with it for a little bit. I loved this book. I genuinely loved both of our characters. I love how much they immediately knew. And okay, look, I'm not really one for like an insta love trope or like a, you know, that type of thing, but the way that this one was done, and it does feel like it was insta-ish, it does, but it felt like they like genuinely had this strong connection. And normally I don't like the insta love trope. I don't, but this one was so good because it gave real life issues. Like, it dealt with stuff with Sam's family that, like, it was so perfectly portrayed, where it gave you all of the hard choices and decisions and life sacrifices you have to make for certain things, while also simultaneously giving, like, how hard they tried for each other. I will say, if you don't have like actual experience with this certain topic, I feel like it might be harder to understand kind of why things were done the way that they were done. So I think maybe that's why people aren't connecting with this one as much as I am, because I do relate to some of the things and some of the topics that were in this book, especially with Sam. And it was like remarkable to see it like come to, because I of course didn't read the synopsis, didn't read anything, so I don't want to risk spoiling any aspect of this book. If you want to look up like trigger warnings or anything, I definitely, like, if that's something you want to do. But oh my god, was it done so well in this book. It was done so well. I loved Xavier, I loved Sam, I loved how much he was willing to sacrifice and change and give and provide for her, and how much he wanted to take care of her. And yes, the ending could be frustrating for a lot of people, but I also still, I was like, yeah, this man loves her. And it was stunning. It was beautiful. I do think I'll end up rating this a 5 stars. Right now it's at a 4.5, but I really, really do think that this is a 5. I've just been trying to be a little bit more picky with my 5-star ratings, so we're gonna settle. We're gonna sit with this one overnight. I'll let you guys know, of course, if I decide that it's gonna be a 5. I really do think it is. This is just absolutely stunning. But we read a total of 353 pages, if I'm not mistaken. 353 pages. We did some highlighting. It was gorgeous. She was a stunning time. But now we have to pick my next book. And I am utterly stumped. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I'm in the mood for. I'm like, do I want to cry again? I don't think so, but I would like to keep this ball rolling with the really good reads. I have had spectacular reads this week, and it's exactly what I needed. So I would like to pick a book that I know I'm gonna love. However, a book that I know, or I'm really, really, really hoping / know I'm gonna love, is The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. However, do I start this tonight? If you didn't love Magnolia Parks, I completely understand why, but I love that series. Everything about that book and the entire MPU universe, like, oh my god, it wrecks me every time I think about it. And I might be dramatic. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but I will die on the hill that that is one of my favorite romance series ever written. And I love the way Jessa Hastings puts you in her characters. Like, it genuinely makes me feel like I am in there. Like, whoever's point of view I am in, I am them. And that is just an incredible thing that she can do. And I might start this. It's either gonna be this, or I'm gonna do some looking and wandering. Maybe I can read The Rose Bargain. This is a fantasy, a YA fantasy that I've been hearing nothing but good things about. This one could be a really fun one to get into. Maybe not as sad either. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. Can you tell I've been alone and haven't spoken in 4 hours? Can't wait till Andrew comes home. But I can't even tell him anything about the book because, like, he's gonna read it next. So I'm gonna have to wait for that, but we'll talk about once he's done reading it. We'll do some chit-chatting. Hello friends, it is the next day. I think I talked to you guys yesterday. I think I definitely did. Did I? I must have talked to you guys yesterday. But I am almost done with the Summer in the City by Alex Astor. I think I talked to you guys. I should probably check, shouldn't I? Maybe I didn't. Okay, well, if I didn't talk to you guys yesterday, I started Summer in the City by Alex Astor. I got to page 100 yesterday. It was a big family day yesterday. I was pretty much at my parents' house all day. Did some tanning, did some yapping, went on a walk and whatnot. Got a little bit of sunburn. I've also been wearing this sweater from Threaded by Sabrina for literally weeks. So if it looks like I'm wearing the same thing, it's because I am. Yesterday, I only read 100 pages and I did start this. I'm enjoying it. I think it's a fun romance book. Definitely a good summer book to pick up if you're wanting a fast read. It's only 292 pages, I believe, so that's that. She is an anonymous screenwriter for movies, and he is a billionaire tech company dude. they start off on the wrong foot. Not very good first impression. She hates him. He kind of likes her, but it's a whole thing. And then they basically strike up a deal to spend the summer together to benefit both of them in what they want to do with their lives. So, of course, I have been reading pretty much all morning. It is 10:58 right now, and I've read 169 pages today. I'm planning on finishing this and starting something new, but tomorrow is going to be the last day of this vlog. Whatever I finish today is the end of this vlog. So I wanted to give you guys an update because I don't think I had talked about this book at all. I'm enjoying it. I don't think it's anything like remarkable. However, it is a fun read. It's a quick read. Alex Astor's writing honestly is better in this romance than I think it is in her fantasy series. Not that it's bad in the fantasy series, but it did feel a bit chaotic in Light Lark and a bit like there wasn't a really like a good flow, at least in the first book. The second book I think was 10 times better, but it's definitely more structured in this one, which I'm really, really enjoying. I think that she should write some more adult romances because they're fun, and I think for a debut this is really good. It's nothing, again, remarkable, nothing that I'm like super obsessed with, but I'm having a good time, and that's all that matters. So I am gonna go ahead and finish this up. I think I have like 2 or 3 chapters left. I'm literally almost done. Again, I'm on page 269 out of 290 something, so I have like 20-ish pages left to read. So I'm gonna do that and then start something new. I don't know what I want yet, but we will discuss that later. I also need to do a bit of packing today. I just want to get some of the kitchen packed up and put into storage because Andrew and I got our storage unit yesterday as well for our move. I am excited to do a moving vlog. It won't be anything crazy because it's not moving into our own space, but it is moving back into a space that we had before, but it'll be different. I'm gonna buy some things just to make it feel cozy, new, fresh. I did get new bedding yesterday that I had ordered. I'll go ahead and show you. I got new bedding and I also got a new light fixture thing that I thought was fun. I was taking pictures, but I just got this sage green bedding and it's so soft, so comfy. And I got this ocean light. It like makes the ceiling look like it's like an ocean. I'll have to show you guys. I'll have to show you guys that a bit later, but my camera's about to die, so I need to plug that in. And I'm gonna finish up the book, and then I'll come back to you guys with a review and a rating, and then we'll see what I'm gonna pick up next, because I have no idea what I want. I have no idea. Hello, friends. I'm filming this on my phone because my battery of my camera's dead, so I have that plugged in, but I did just finish Summer in the City. It was good. I enjoyed it. I had a fun time. It was fast-paced. It was easy to read. Alex Astor's writing is very easy to digest. And I really enjoyed that she branched out and did an adult romance. It's super short, so I will say it wasn't like anything like... It was okay. It was good. It was entertaining. It did what it needed to do. It did everything I expected it to do. I wasn't expecting it to be anything like remarkable or groundbreaking. Please ignore the mess going on behind me. We're getting ready to move. I think I'm going to settle with a 3 or 3.5 star rating for this book. It was good. Again, nothing crazy, but it was fun. Love a billionaire romance. And she was a screenwriter, which was really cool. ASMR. Fun fact, I hate ASMR. It is not something that I enjoy. But we've read. Again, ignore these. I'm impressed with the amount of books that I've read. I've read 5 books in this video. And it's been really fun. I've been having the best time focusing on reading this week. And honestly, it's pretty remarkable how much I've been able to get done with the reading. Now we have to pick my next book. And it has to be something that I can also have on audio from my library. So I can tackle some of the organizing that I have to do. Because unfortunately, I can't keep putting it off. Not even that I'm putting it off. I'm doing this early. We literally have an entire month until our move out date, but I am somebody that refuses to wait until the last minute to do something. So I've started now. And I think, and I'm like walking out of frame all the time, but I think I'm going to start the Rose Bargain. I've heard nothing but good things about this. It's a short story, well, shorter story. I think it's like 300 something pages. Um, and we've already read 192 today, so maybe we can get quite a dent into this one. It's 385, but it's kind of like small. It's a YA fantasy. So this is like, well, I guess it's honestly, yeah, this is like the size difference between a normal like adult fantasy. Look at that font. It's stunning. So anyways, I think I'm going to start this one. It was either going to be this or City of Bones, because this is one of the 25 books that I want to read in 2025. Wow, no, one of the 12 books I want to read in 2025. So it's up for debate. I think I'm more in the mood for something like this. I need to get to organizing. I have a linen closet that I want to tackle today, and I also want to tackle my clothes in our closet and see if I like actually want to keep anything or if I just want to donate it. So that's the plan. Also, I do have a Pango, and I would love for you all to check it out because I'm trying to get rid of these books before we move, and I have quite the chunk of them. So, if any of these books catch your eye, I have them all listed on Pango. I need them gone. So, if they're not gone, I'm going to put them in little libraries or donate them to Goodwill, but if any of them catch your eye, I'm probably going to lower the price on a lot of them this month just because I want to sell them this month. So, they'll probably all be under like $5. They're all like brand new. Also, I got these little lights to go on my bookcase. There's some at the bottom too, but I just didn't turn them on. This bookcase is actually going to be Andrew's, so I got them because I think that they'd look really cool with all of his Star Wars stuff. But yeah, I really like them. Now I'm just procrastinating because I don't want to work on this linen closet, but it is something that needs to get done because there's so much random stuff in there. We've already done under our bed. Everything that's going into storage is already out. And then we've done pretty much our entire closet. And now I just need to do like the little places, like our TV console, our coffee table, because it lifts up. We have stuff under there too. And then, of course, our kitchen. But I just want to get things organized and get rid of anything that we're not taking or anything that we're not putting into storage. So that is the plan right now. I'm going to start the Rose Bargain on audio. I'm very grateful for the space that it is because it's been helpful, but this is literally my nightmare. My nightmare. There's so much random stuff in here, and I just need to go through it and throw out anything that we don't need. Go through these boxes up here because it's a mess. Organize, declutter. So that's what I'm going to do. Obviously, we have a lot to pack and stuff. Of course, we still have a month, so we're not doing too much, but I figured doing little steps every day is going to be really helpful for me because I need to do stuff like that. So let's get to organizing. Hey guys, it is the next day. I'm home. Last night I went to dinner with my family and then I went to my sister's house and we hung out. I did finish the Rose Bargain yesterday. Today's gonna be the last day of this vlog. I am taking myself to Barnes & Noble, so I figured it would be really fun to end off with that. So we're gonna go together. But again, I finished the Rose Bargain and it was so good. It was so good. I really, really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna go with a 4.5 star rating for it. Again, I finished the Rose Bargain. We barely talked about this. I ate this up. I was obsessed with it. If you're looking for a really fun young adult fantasy that has a ball, it has like competing for marriage, it has bargains, um, it has fairies, it has fae. It's super interesting, and I thoroughly enjoyed this story. It was so much fun. I loved our female main character, and I also kind of loved the back and forth with Prince Emmett and then Prince Bram. It was really interesting. I'm also really interested to see what's going to come after this, because the ending was like, there's definitely things that are like not tied up and that need to be discussed and need to be revealed because so much happened. But a synopsis of what this book is. It's basically following a high society of girls who basically compete in these like seasons for bargains to become prettier, to I don't know, to benefit themselves, but they make these bargains and they lose something. So like some people lose their toes or like lose their ability to, I don't know, do something, like remember or anything like that. So super interesting concept. But they're all competing for the prince's hand. This year he is ready to get married, so he is choosing a bride, which makes this season like 10 times crazier. The queen is insane. And she's basically in charge of all of these seasons. She's the one that makes these bargains and is basically controlling like what's going on. So it was a really interesting story. It was very like not high stakes, but very entertaining, very interesting, kept me on my toes. I had to finish it last night. And again, I went to my sister's house, so I literally came home at like 10:30 and I sat down and I had to finish it. I had like 20 pages left before we had left for dinner, but it was super fun. The contacts are in, now I can see. But anyways, I'm going to Barnes & Noble. I'm taking myself on a little date just for a little bit. I have a meeting today, so I'm going to end this vlog before then. There's not going to be any more books in this vlog, but there will be a mini book haul, depending on if I get anything. I'm sure I will, because I'm in the mood for it. So, yeah, I did get fun mail yesterday. I'll have to show you. This is what we're working with. I got the clothesline Scentsy scent. These are so good. If you have a wax melt, or if you're wanting to get into wax melts, I highly recommend Scentsy. It's such a wonderful, fun brand. And they all smell so good. This one is Rainbow Sherbet. And I also got Vanilla Bean Buttercream, which is the one that's in my Harry Potter Scentsy right now, and it smells so good. But yeah, definitely such a fun little thing that I'm obsessed with. I have 3. One of them was a gift. The other one's from Target. And then this one I bought myself because why the heck not? We're going to go to Barnes & Noble, and I'm probably not going to film a lot in there. I might do an Instagram reel film in there just because that'll be easier to do. I hold it like this. But that's what I'm going to do. I will give you guys a little book haul and a little montage, of course, but that is the plan. I'm going to put on some clothes now. Well, I have clothes on, but I'm going to put on my outfit for the day. All right, we're doing this outro on my phone, but I've just set the vibe in here. I'm gonna finish editing this video, but I wanted to show you guys the books that I got at Barnes & Noble. I got A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I've been wanting to read this book for quite a while right now, so I'm really interested to get into it. I really enjoyed The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and the writing style, so I'm really hoping that I enjoy this one as well. I think it's gonna be a good one. And then I finally picked up the second book in the Zodiac Academy series. I'm really excited to get to this. I've been wanting to pick it up for a while, but every time I went to Barnes, I would look at it and I'd be like, oh, no, now's not the time. But today was the day. So picked this one up so I can continue that journey. And yeah, I had a lovely time. It was very wonderful and relaxing. I did start a new book, but that is going to be in the next vlog. So if you want to keep up, be sure to subscribe, and yeah, that's gonna be it. Sorry that half of this video is filmed on my phone. I don't know what came over me, but
Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I will see ya in the next one. Toodaloo! I totally forgot to mention how many pages I read in total this week. I read a total of 2,061 pages, which is absolutely insane, but I had such a great time. Definitely not normal for me, but very happy about it. In case anybody wanted to know the actual total, that was it. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Toodaloo!